Hello my friend. Today I just doing is the still painting procedures for very point to point. At least I just doing with the I think the walkway maskings, and which is pretty not difficult at this time, but you need to cover all the area. You can using different different type of masking tape, which is so different. You can use the you can choose, and I'm just doing the very important thing is that you just stick so nice in that case. It's just because why I'm going to do is pretty sensitive work, so very see it has to seem so well. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to paint our texture of the walkway. And where about one of my Facebook friend, he is I think he's from Singapore, Norman Lim Chi Sun. He is very nice professional modeler, and I'm very respectful for that. And at that time he just showed us in the Facebook page about his Tomcat, and he just using texture paint, which is like this, to express the expression of the surface of the walkway. So at that time I just follow as he do. I think it's just putting some is fine. Very and this is an acrylic paint actually, so if you are doing well, you should put some acrylic thinner. And this is for it's not for our actual model. It's for like diorama, or if you are wanted to make a road, or some sort of this kind of texture is very nice and effect. So, and it seems to very pretty tough, I mean very hard surface, I think, but I think it might be better than rather than I use the putty. Otherwise, I just can put some and this is not the lacquer paint, so you have to wait a little bit longer than lacquer paint, because this is acrylic paint. So once you paint, you have to wait a little bit longer. But if the paint is very thin, I think it's gonna be not a problem to wait for the paint. And I didn't know that to doing this, but he just introduced us to very nice technique, so I just I just paddle. Just want to see how does it work. This is the first time for me to doing this. But I used to use the base paint for aircraft. So I used to use this, but I never used to something like this way. So I hope it will get very well. It's pretty a little bit. If you think you put so much, you can just take that away if you want. A little bit. Mixed in with the acrylic thinner a little bit and put some on the surface. I think it's just fine. So I need to wait. Okay. Or I can make this with the putty. Where is putty? Where is putty? It's a pretty hot in the summer. I can use the putty a little bit. And mixing with the thinner a little bit. And shaking well. So if you put the putty so much, put the thinner so much, it not might be good. So twist. I think a little bit to. Okay. Then I put some putty on it first. A little bit roughly is fine. Because I need some thickness of the texture, so I just put the putty. It's pretty hard to catch the counter anyway. I think a little bit. And using a little bit hard touch brush, trying to push it, stamp it, to get more like roughly and very strong expression a little bit, but this is pretty fine. You can push, stamping with, you can put the thinner a little bit and stamp it. And after it get dry completely, I just brew the quite dark gray, of course. So at this time I just try to stamp. Like that. I think a little bit a little bit rough, but if you are doing with the thinner, it melts a little bit, so you can still continue to control your feeling of expression, so it doesn't, be so serious. Or maybe you can use the toothbrush, which is you already used. It's fine because the toothbrush is pretty hard, so it's very easy to stamp like these kind of things. So, but at this time I have a very tough and hard brush, so at least I can do this without doing toothbrush. So okay. I painted I think the 1/6, which is pretty dark German gray color. I think a little bit easy to, this is, I think almost fine, I think. I think the texture paint is not completely dry well, so it sometimes happen, I think. But if it get dry well, maybe it fits very well. At least this is quite rough area, so you can see the very rough surface. It's just fine. And then now I'm doing the other things, which is applying the decal. Before you do the very hard weathering using by the Enamel, I think at least you should finish to applying decal first, and then you need to cover it with clear lacquer, which is flat, and that is very important to prepare the surface, to prepare for the oil wash enamel painting. So at least you should but I think it's quite up to you whether you know which process you can apply the decal, which process you can wash, which process you can put the polyline at the block. But at least before you are doing with the oil effect, which I will explain after doing this, at least I should finish applying the decals first, because you know as usual the decal is so sensitive to easy to take off, so I need to cover with this one. Number 182 is fine. It's very super flat, clear, and just preparing for the next painting. And decals, like I have nothing to talk about the decals in this time. Just you know, make sure that it fit well, of course. And usually I'm using this one to apply the decals, which is very nice. I think it's made in Japan, I think. And the wing, I have to see to check the correct positions of the decal caution marks. So that's like that. And I think you should wait till the decal is get dry completely, and then you can brew the clear lacquer. However, if the decal is not dry completely, if you put the lacquer on it, I think the decal will be very have damage, and the surface of the decal will be like very not good situation. So I think at least you can wait half a day maybe till the decal get dry completely. Right. Now what I'm doing is the washing process, and using with the Tamiya enamel. I think the 60% of brown and 40% of black, and which is I prefer to use the flat black and flat brown. It's just because it's very, if I compare with the glossy enamel, it's get dry much faster than glossy enamel, so I just prefer to use the flat enamel. So, but flat enamel is a little bit hard to wipe off if I compare with the glossy enamel. So just paint And this is, I think, the pre-washing, as I say. It's not the main process. It's just make sure that the surface condition of to do the doing the pre-washing. So, and if after it get dry well, I can just wipe it off with the cloth, or cotton swab is fine. And it's a pretty huge aircraft, so it need to take a time. So you just doing side by side, not hold the area at the all time, right? And this is the after I wiped off with the washing that I just painted, and at least I can see a little bit brown effect, I think, but the panel line is completely fit in, so you can see the very clear panel line, right? And after I doing this, I just put in some decals on it, and then I just turn to the I just paint it as the flat thinner, flat clear, and try to go to the next process of the weathering. Okay, now what you're seeing is the wing. After I just finished to brew the flat clear, and now I'm just doing with some enamel filtering color, which is this. You can use this, or you can use the other color, white is fine, and black is also. In this time, I should choose to use the black. I think much better than brown, and quite interesting accent. You can use the blue, and now I can just using by white first, which is basic bright color, so shaking very well. And you don't have to put whole area anyway. You just put the point to the point which you want to express something. So this time I just put something is missing. It's just fine. So point to point is pretty important. You don't have to paint wash the whole things. You just put a point, and you can get it as a similar effect with the AK interactive weathering color. You can use it if you want. I think that it's pretty similar effect, I think. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is using by very rough brush. See, very old and very rough. Or I have some kind of I can use this one also. I just prefer to use such kind of things to express. And this time I use this one and put in some with the thinner, enamel thinner, and just try to how do I say, I don't know, but it just seems like, you know, more salty surface. The brush is, you know, will not contain the so much thinner to this is you know, it's a sense of the express feeling, so it's very hard to, you know, explain that, you know, why do I do this, or you know, it's just you know, try to look more realistic. So it's sort of, it doesn't have so much reason why do I put the why do I put the brown and black or whatever. It's just, it seems like, you know, the real pictures, if I according to the real pictures, it seems like that. So that's just why I'm doing this. And this is a very big I mean dynamic effect, right? And after I doing this, I just turn to the very tiny and very accurate effect, the weathering effect I will. So in this time, this is pretty dynamic surface effect. So once you did, you just you know, think about the next process to move to the small weathering effect. So at this time, just put in very white, and at least if you don't want to, you can just you know, erase like that to control. And this one, and this material, weathering color, is to once it get dry very perfectly, you cannot wipe it off anymore. It's very interesting point. It's very hard to take it off. So you should do the same time as you put the weathering color. You shouldn't wait until the next day or what. If the color it get dry completely, you cannot control like that. It's very hard to take it off, or you know, you know, it's pretty hard. So that is a point. I think something like that. At least you can see a little bit of the white, you know, surface. And on the other hand, if you need some more, you can put a little bit more if you want, and try to find the best way of your expression feelings. So and after you finish doing with the white, you can use the black if you want, which is pretty strong accent. But I think black is pretty fine. And if you don't want to a very strong accent, you can use the brown. If you want to express a little bit fresh gray color, you can put blue a little bit. It's all up to you. Now I'm just trying to using a little bit blue. The blue is very quite strong. This is very strong, quite strong color. So just take care with a little bit is fine. Not too much. Just point to point. It seems to like more fresh. I mean, brand new gray color, right? This time I just can use. Okay. So. You can at least you can see a little quite bit of the blue and fresh gray color, but I think it shouldn't be adding too much. It's something like, you know, strange feeling, so it's gonna be if you put so much, so a little bit is fine. They say this kind of effect is filtering. You know, to put the some very very thin. If you see that it seems to be like a little bit not the old gray color, I think. How do you see that? I just see a little bit blue. And after it get dry completely, the color will be more, you know, toned down. So at that time, if you see, the color is very obvious, but at least the effect will nicely toned down, so you don't have to worry about that. But the point is, you don't put the color the whole area. You just put the point to the point, as I show you, to make sure that to get a lot of information, color change information, right? Some part is very white, some part is very blue, and other part is quite black and dusty and whatsoever. So that's a way of the making of the huge aircraft, to make sure that it doesn't have the same surface all the time. So it looks very more dynamic and more interesting models, I believe. Right, I think blue is quite strong. So of course, if you put the white again, the blue will more, toned down, of course. And then I just put in the nice exam to put the black. Maybe at this time I just point very little. Very little is fine, because the black is very strong, right? So just trying to put a little bit wider, it's just fine. And you can use, if you want, you can use the brown This time I just using because the F-18, if I compare with F-18 or others, F-14 is quite dirty cat, so I just prefer to using that one. So if I use the the dark color, the sound effect, masking effect will appear much more obviously. So which is nice. And the next, just touching a little bit is fine. Not the whole area. Try to make a difference. And this is the stabilizer anyway. So I don't think it's people don't put on the top of the stabilizer. So I think the weathering is also is alright. I think. Okay. So now I'm doing with the same techniques as you can see the stabilizer. I put the white and I think brown color, not brown, pretty black, and point to point, and try to make more information detail of the aircraft. So just put a little bit. I think in this time white is pretty useful for just like salty sea, some sort of very hard condition of the aircraft. So just to put okay. And now what I'm just doing is to next step is the very interesting things that for me, and I use this one as a is a bra B, using with the quite old and very you can see it's almost it's a get ready to go to the garbage, but I just still using and the inside inner core has already shown in this brush, and try to put the very tiny and little dirt, which is like footprint, because in this place people are usually foot. So this is really tough work to the you don't have to do the whole area, but at least you need to put this as a very small accurate weathering. So and this in this point I just can use this one is if you do too much, you can just easily wiped off with the enamel thinner, of course. So just try to put, and I just stamp on it. It's not a sponge anymore. You know, it's just a core. Just stick it. How do I say? I don't know, but the place is quite dirty. So, you know, and I think the people don't see so much, but if you watch to the take a cross shot, like a picture, take the picture, it's very interesting technique, so effect. So you can see a little bit get dirt. People are standing here, maybe. So you can use the, I think, the oil rig or some other you know, pure stain or whatever. You can use the other techniques, which I will show you after that. But I think it's pretty need a time to finish this, because this is so many things to because the Tomcat is pretty large aircraft, right? So just doing, and I think the top of the main wing, it should do this. And but however, if you're doing with the very right stabilizer right there, like I used to paint it before, people don't put on it, so it shouldn't be stamped right like this. So, but at least you can use the as much as possible. You may think the people can work, can stand to, you know, as much as, you know, try to express. So when I built the F-18 Hornet before, I used to do this, but not like too much, you know. I just you know, reduced to do this, because but however with the F-14 Tomcat is pretty dirty aircraft, so this kind of expression, if you do too much, will be more, you know, more realistic, I think. It's really up to your feeling, so I don't know, but so after I finish this, I will show you the result. So I think this is enough in this time. So see you next time.